Hello and welcome to Wild Owl TV, and I'm out of hibernation after spending the winter in the house and not really wanting to get in front of the camera because I don't do too well in the winter blues and anxiety and all things like that. However, the sun is out and I have just finally come out of hibernation and I'm now going to be doing regular video diaries. So here's the garden. Now what can I start with? Let's do the usual garden roundup. Well, the solitary bee habitats have been out through the winter and there's nothing obviously going on with that. It's a bit too early, but what we do have is we have some bulbs coming up through. Need a bit of a weed in the garden, but the bulbs are coming through. Now, the feeder over here is always active, and we've had all sorts of birds on the feeder, and I've got some films to post. Recently I've been putting peanuts in the bumblebee house and they've been disappearing, which is good news because it means there's wood mice going in there and they're going to be making that box even more attractive to any bumblebees that decide to nest in that box. And we do even have the first signs of spring. Look at this. That's really nice to see the hebees beginning to flower. So again, nice to have some early flower. This garden has been guilty of being a bit early in bloom, and then by the summer I haven't got any flowers, but I have tried to correct that this last year. Now I'm feeding the badgers every night, and last night that's evidence that the badger has been in, which is good news. Woodpecker pole, well, woodpecker pole gets a woodpecker on it every day, and the feeders over here, which I'm feeding on the other side of the garden regularly, I've got gold crests coming in on those feeders, and I have, you'll notice in there, I've got a camera set up to see if I can get some good pictures of the woodpecker. Now this little guy that's just over here is Rennie. Where are you? There you go. So Rennie is hearing me and he's bobbing around because Rennie wants to know if I've got a mealworm for him. So maybe we better go and get a mealworm, have we, Rennie? This is the wren that I filmed just yesterday, feeding off my hand. Come on then. So let's go and get some mealworms. See, the robins are both also looking at me in anticipation. This is a new robin here. This is, come on then. He's actually asking me for food. Look at this. Come on then. That's for you. This robin is very confiding. It doesn't like the camera. It's really interesting. Come on then. It's all right. And this is, I think, one of Robin Wright 2017's offspring. It's got to stop these mealworms coming off my hand. Now, say Rennie is still down there at the moment. Just go a little bit closer to this robin. Come on then. Here you go. Come on then. You can have it. What's the matter? We really struck up a little relationship, me and this robin. Come on. You can have it. Oh, it's just gone on the grain. You're going to get the one on the grain. Come on then. You take one off my hand. Come on. He's so confiding. My hand is less than a foot away from it now. Come on then. Don't you want it? The pleasure I get from these little birds. They literally, I was just over my neighbours, he knocked on the door, said, we haven't seen you since last year, Ian. And I said to him, to be honest with you, mate, I keep spending all my time with these little animals. Look at how close this is. Come on then. You've got mealworms right in front of you. Come on. I could almost tickle your cheek. What's the matter then? Have you got a pellet you want to get rid of? Is that what it is? When they talk about wildlife being good for mental health, anybody that knows me knows that I've battled anxiety, and having OCD just makes life a little bit more complicated. And this is one of the things that really helps me. And look, we've even got Rennie there as well. Come on, darling. So we've got, I don't understand why this robin doesn't want this, because he's communicating to me. Come on then, Rennie. Oh, he just fell on the floor. So Rennie will go down for that. Come on then, what's that there? You're going to take that one? Take one off there. There you go. This is so funny. Go on then, have that one. Have that one off the side. Talk about hand feeding. Goodness me. Meanwhile, on the floor I've got Rennie. You want another one? There we go, have another one. I reckon, look at this. You. It's just so special. Oh, it melts your heart, doesn't it? You know, I really care about these birds. So of course, while this is all going on, Robin Left is getting very jealous. And Robin Left, funny enough, is just nowhere near, even though he's known me a lot longer than that new Robin, he's nowhere near as confiding, so he'll fly off, on and off very quickly. Come on then. Go. Come on. Go on. So that's my left-hand robin. So, as I say, these birds, you can see why I don't really ever want to go out and see humans when I've got all this going on in the garden. And yeah, Rennie's around somewhere. So, okay. So like I say, I've got this camera set up in that little hide now, which is my spare aviary, which is also a bit of a storage place there. We've got Niger down here, and we've had goldfinches every day, as I posted a video recently, and also bullfinches. But the bullfinches have been a bit elusive with the camera, but I will get some bullfinch film. Not much going on in the hibernaculum, still obviously very early in the year. And I do, it won't be obviously any amphibians or anything like that, because it's just too early in the year for that. But eventually they will. Now this is my wildlife area, which of course at the moment is very mucky. We had Ratty in a few months back, and I had to basically destroy all of this area because that situation just got completely out of hand. But I have put a box down here with peanuts in again for the wood mice, and this area will actually be very overgrown by the time everything starts to grow, but I have cut back some of the bramble just to manage it so it doesn't get too over the top. But obviously we want to keep as much of that as we can, and there's buddleias and all sorts there, so a bit of work to be done there. This is the Waterfall area, and this trail cam that I invested in last year is amazing, and currently it's fixed on the Waterfall, which will be used today and yesterday and tomorrow, and I'll keep it going until I get some really good footage. I've got some amazing, really do have some amazing footage of gold crests and long-tailed tits and that, but I'm hoping to get grey wagtail, I'm hoping to get the bullfinch, and so far I haven't got those, because what I want to try and do is get as many species as I can on that little camera filmed in high definition, and then I'll put them together on a waterfall video. I was looking after a hedgehog just at the end of last year, and I have a suspicion it might be in here. This is a new wood pile, which I'm hoping will have great benefit to the amphibians. That it's basically the area of the pond which comes up from like a beach area. It just shallows out so things can come and go, and it's a perfect place for frogs and toads to come out of the pond, and newts, and crawl into cover. So that's really special. That lid's there basically just to well, keep a lid on it for now. And a lovely bird feeder for Christmas from Jackie, my partner, which is that one there. Beautiful bird feeder, really nice quality feeder. I think she got it from Haith's, I think was the name of the company. Yeah, this will be probably a wildflower area. I've got to think what I've got to do with that. Of course, this time of year, it's actually very much a case of planning for the year ahead. And what I would say to anybody out there is that if you are thinking you'd like to try and do some things that I've been doing here in the Wild Owl Garden, I know lots of you have been inspired by what's happened here, and it's really lovely when I meet people that tell me about their woodpecker pole and a woodpecker going on it, or tell me about their new pond or their feeders, and seeing the success just from a bit of simple information from the things that I've done here, and the difference it can make to the wildlife. So really, you need to be thinking ahead, because we don't think that the winter's over and we don't think it's spring yet, but in the animals' minds it really is spring already, and you can see that by the way that a lot of these birds are pairing up at the moment, and they are looking for nest sites. I've had the great tits investigating the nest box which they nested in last year. They've been going in and out of this and pair bonding, which is what goes on at this time of year. So February the 14th is Valentine's Day, but it's also National Nest Box Day, and if I remember, I'll put a note in my diary, I'll remember to do a video regarding how you can prepare for the coming breeding season. And certainly I've got things to do. At the moment I'm looking at that teapot nester, which is in completely the wrong place. I can't remember how it got there. Maybe it was something that was a bit more overgrown, but that teapot nester is there, but actually it needs to be in the honeysuckle, hidden away, because robins and birds like that, wrens, like to be a little bit more hidden away. Do you want another one, darling? Go on then. Come on then. It's always so distracting. Come on then. Gonna have to fly for it this time. I'm not going to spoon feed you. Oh, where am I? Come on then. What's this? What are you like, eh? Goodness me. I can see me and you are going to be really good friends. Come on then. It's a good boy. Come on then. Go on, let's talk about have a relationship with that's one lazy robin. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, it's good to be back, and I hope that kind of gets you started for the year. I'm going to be doing this a lot this year because I've got all sorts of things going on. They've got the bats up there underneath the window ledge, and I'll put a bat box up there, which they probably won't use because they hardly ever use bat boxes, but it's there for them. And I'm sure there's something that I've forgotten to mention. We've got a fox coming in regularly, by the way, and I mentioned that I looked after a hedgehog, so there could be a hedgehog around. Yeah, you know, moths and butterflies, of course, in the year to come. We're going to be really planting up as much as we can for moths and butterflies this year, because my partner Jackie is really getting into moths and butterflies. And I'll do some posts from other places, some of the nature reserves in Yate, and we'll do some other trips. So plenty to come on Wild Owl TV. Please share this video, please be inspired by my videos, and try it all out yourself. And if you need any advice, then drop me an email. And of course, my living these days is giving talks, going to schools, and things like that. So take a look at my website at wildowl.co.uk if you think that your school or your group might be interested in me coming along and giving a talk. I've been giving talks for 20 years almost, and so very much in demand, but you know, not really pushing myself out too much, but it's good to get them when I get it, because it pays for these little darlings, these mealworms. So thanks again, and I'm rambling on as always. See you again on Wild Owl TV. Bye for now.